Okay, so everything works. Okay, cool. Hey, welcome, Code T. How's it going? Welcome, Live Coding. Thank you. I think you're so funny. What? Okay, so let's change this enemy here. Hey, welcome back, Code Decent. How's it going? Hey, so to answer your question that you asked me earlier when I left, you said, what sources do you use to learn game dev? I learned like the principles of how to make a game with Construct 2, which is basically a program where you can make games without coding. Then game design wise, I hang out on forums and stuff where we discuss like game design things and ideas, and I play a lot of games that people make, and then I give feedback. That's how I learn like from their mistakes and from what they do well as well. To learn like actual principles and stuff like that, I just Google whatever I need, and I try to look also like for how other games do certain things, and then I try to work it out by myself. I come up with my own ideas, and yeah, I just try to like get really into games and game dev in general, like join communities and stuff to learn. But if it's like really like math stuff and like specific algorithm, like generating a map, for instance, which I did in this game, I learned from a website that had like how Spelunky does that. So basically I learned how another game does what I was trying to do. So yeah, all around like just being immersed in game dev and on websites and stuff like that is very useful to learn, I think. And I'm on like a chat group with other people that also use the same engine as me, so when I have questions I ask them, stuff like that. Does that make sense? I'm eating ice cream at the same time, so.
And that's how you learn. You eat ice cream at the same time.
I eat ice cream at the same time. That's how I learn. The ice cream is the most important part.
Brain food.
It's the brain food, exactly. If you're not eating ice cream while you're learning, there's no point.
You won't absorb it.
I won't learn it. It won't stay. We can do it soon. Go on the screen if that's what you want.
Goodbye.
You're trying to be so funny.
I said bye. Bye.
So I had to leave earlier because I dropped one drop of water on my keyboard, and it made it so that it seemed like I was pressing Control or Shift all the time. So I couldn't type and I couldn't do anything with the mouse or anything, because like moving through code would make it zoom in and out. So basically I think it was Control. I couldn't type, I couldn't do anything. So I had to fix that. And I opened my keyboard and stuff, and it turns out that the only way to fix it was to hit the keyboard as hard as I could. Like that specific key, I just hit it hard and it worked. Yeah, it's weird how this it's not moving fast enough, I find. Let's see. messed up. So what is the issue here? Let's go back to what the values were before, just to see if it was actually working correctly. Kind of is. I feel like maybe the problem is this and maybe this. So let's see what happens there. That is what I wanted, I think. Let's see. Oops. Bye. See you later. Okay, this makes sense. Okay. Makes sense to me. Okay, that's cool. We're gonna add a trail to that. It's gonna be very easy to do. I'm just gonna add the trail to the mover here. Should I add it to the enemy just in general? No, because I kind of want to tweak them as I go. So we're gonna go into the mover, then we're gonna go into the triangle. Triangle here. Let's go to group, let's go into mover, and then let's see how I did it there. It's not supposed to be very difficult. Bar the trail, and then we're gonna do the function create trail, which that's it. I know I shouldn't be using it, like copy pasting the same thing twice, but for now, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't want it to look the same. Okay, there it is. So it is. There is a trail, a little trail there, which is cool. And basically, what I could do as well, I can do this as a placeholder at least for now. So we're gonna use the same graphic for the two sort of spaceships that do movements. So then we're gonna see them like this. You see, there we go. It doesn't look as bad once you actually do it there. So we're gonna actually do this too. We're gonna override the kill function, and that should be it, I think, for this enemy. We're not gonna give it any items, I don't think. For now, I'm not gonna make it drop any items, but we're gonna do this part here, which is the important part. Perfect, it's working good. We have a new enemy then. Now, there's two other types of enemies that I would like to add. They are enemy that follows you around very slowly, but he does, and an enemy that stops and shoots. Hello, woodworking fangirl. How's it going? So those are the two small enemies that we're gonna add. And so we're gonna, let me just check something real fast. It's crazy, YouTube people, like there's actually YouTube people now on the stream for some reason. I don't know why. But there are people from YouTube now on the stream. Welcome, Real Rasputin. How's it going? Okay, so we're gonna add this new enemy, as I said. The first one is gonna be the enemy that follows you around. So it's gonna be enemy, and we're gonna call it Chaser, I guess. And so basically, every time I make a new enemy, it's a chance to see how enemies are made in the game. What I do usually is I import G because I use like the general tools. I use color. I use a color because I have placeholder graphics. Hey Joga, how's it going? Then I import object, I think, and then import placeholder bright. Those are the ones that I usually import from the get-go. And then I know that it's going to need a white. It's going to need these two settings pretty much to place the enemies on the screen. Given the information that it's going to get from the level generator. So these are the two parameters that it's going to use for now. And then we're going to call the super function, which basically calls whatever is the parent class, and the parent class is going to be enemy extends. This extends and ascends enemy, which is a custom class that I made here, which is basically something that handles everything every enemy is going to do, like drop items, die, like the basic stuff, right? So then we go back to Chaser. Chaser, when you create it, it has to have at least 1 HP, because if I shoot it, then there's going to be an error because it doesn't have HP, and then it tries to subtract from a variable that doesn't exist. In this instance, I guess that's what it is. And then I'm gonna make the graphic, and my graphic, we're gonna make a graphic 8x8, and then we're gonna give it a color orange, let's say. Okay. Then here, what is the enemy chaser gonna do, right? So here's the update method, which basically tells it, hey, this is something that you have to check every frame. Here, I guess I'm going to call move, and the move function is basically going to be a private function, move, and then it doesn't return anything, it just does something, and it's always going to be moving towards the player. As soon as it appears, it's going to move towards the player. Now this is very easy to do actually, because I have a bullet that an enemy that shoots a bullet that goes towards the player. So instead of just setting the objective and then making it shoot, I can always be updating the objective. That's what's so cool about this. Obviously, maybe I wanted to have like a little bit of delay, or maybe I want to make them slower so that it doesn't catch up to the player too fast. So we're gonna go into the enemy turret, and I think this is how you do it. This is how we do it. Have you tried live coding job board? No, I'm not experienced enough to get a job as a programmer. I'm really a beginner, so there's no point in me trying that. But have you? I would like to know. It'd be interesting. So basically here, this I feel would work out of the box. Move towards who is gonna move, right? So I think we're gonna do import flixel.math velocity. I think you're not experienced either. Yeah, I don't know, man. Eventually, maybe if I get good enough, but yeah, try to. If you don't try, man, you're never gonna know. So maybe give it a try to see what's up. You know, that'd be cool. And give me news if you find anything interesting or any cool opportunities that you think would be worth checking out. If it's basic stuff, maybe you and me may be able to do it. You know, who knows? So we go in there, then we're going to move, then blah blah blah. Then here, your friend has found a project there. That's really cool. It's really cool, man. Okay, so let's try to run this. And okay, so now this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use enemy chaser, and we're gonna get we're gonna put level enemies, and what is 9? 9 for now is hazard proximity, so we're just gonna do enemy chaser, and then we're gonna do enemies, and we're gonna import enemy chasers here. We're gonna import objects, enemies that enemy chaser. There we go. So that's it. There it is. Welcome back, Joga. How's it going? Your friend's a little bit more experienced. Maybe your friend could help you out, like know what is needed, what is, you know, all that sort of stuff. So move speed, and then we're gonna import flixel.math.point, right? That should be pretty good, I think, and except I don't have a private var. Move speed is gonna be 50 for now, let's say. Yeah, man, let me know. I'm really interested in maybe getting a job as a programmer or whatever eventually. So it's always good to have more tools in your toolbox, you know, regardless of what you do for a living. So I would be very, very interested. I am a video editor. That's my real day job. This is just a hobby for me. It's something that I like making and doing, but I edit videos for a living. So that's cool. It's chasing it. Very simple enemy, pretty much. Like, it's always gonna follow it, but so you kind of have to trick it and kill it. So there is a fun enemy already that didn't require much work, and it's a silly, you know, like a silly thing, you know, that I could maybe even make it so that the spawner, the enemy spawner that I have in the game, which is not enabled right now, could maybe spawn those as well sometimes. So it would spawn like normal enemies, and then it would spawn enemies that would follow you. So that would be super cool, I think. Maybe that is something I could think about. And next thing we're going to implement is going to be the enemy that stops and shoots. So that's the next thing. So we're going to do enemy, add new class, enemy, what are we going to call it? We're going to call it just like shooter, I guess, because I like being as creative as I can. And we're going to pretty much do this import, these imports, which are pretty standard right now, and this extends enemy as well. And we're gonna, I don't think we're gonna need that for now. And we're gonna do extends enemy, then we're gonna do X float, Y float, those are the X and Y positions, super X, Y, as usual. And what does it say here? String should be flixel input, blah, 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 game over state, game over state, game over state. Why does it say that? Maybe it's because I was, as I was writing, it was doing something, but it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, there we go. So let's try to give the game a go real quick just to see how it works. I'm gonna do the Windows release target so that it will perform well enough. Hey, let me see if Twitch isn't working, because I don't see anyone on Twitch, and there's always at least like 1 or 2 people in there, so I'm afraid there's something going on. Okay, it is working. It's just that people are not interested. That's cool. Okay, super. So now we're gonna give the game a go real quick. Here we go. This is here. CCG. What are they talking about? Sorry. There. So let's see what happens. Okay, this enemy here shoots as we go. Well, I love it when this happens. That there's like 2 enemies, one on top of the other, like that. Like 2 of the templates, but interesting. This is really not what I was expecting from the enemy. That's not the intended behavior, so there is a problem with the triangle enemy. That is not what I wanted it to do. Weird. Okay, so I fixed this template, I think, so let's see if it works. Okay, it does kind of work, I think. Then these here. Okay, so that's another fix that I need to do right now. I'll keep playing, but I'll just fix that. So enemy blob. Here we're gonna do this here, I think. I think that doesn't make sense. So we're just gonna leave it like this. What is this part here? Float, T size, and what did it say? T size -4, T size -4, and then Y. I will respawn them at the same spot they died. We're just gonna test them like that. So let's rebuild the project and see what happens there. Some melted ice cream there. Okay, so the enemies seem to be moving the other way, which is not really what I want. Okay, let's see now this dude here. Okay, I kind of like it. I mean, there's no shame in that. If you keep shooting, you know, it'll always... I mean, what's cool is that I could even, like, do it like this, and it'll, like, keep, like, getting smaller and smaller, but there will be more. Very weird. It's almost like don't shoot this guy kind of lesson, you know. You have to learn. But no, I think that would be a little bit exaggerated. So I'm gonna go with 3 maybe, or 2 maybe, and we're gonna see what happens. Okay, so the enemy is moving to the to the other side, which is not. That I kind of like. 3. I'll leave it at 2 and then we'll see what happens. Okay, there's that. Then, what was the next step? The next step is to fix. What was it? The triangle aim. Gotta say, I'm not quite sure why that is going on with this enemy here. It's been causing me some trouble, this enemy, for some reason. Hey Dadial, man, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. All good, man, all good. Working on the game, adding new enemies and stuff. It's fun. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why this is happening right now, but we're gonna see. Because it was working before when we tried it, so, and I didn't touch it, so why is it changing? Like you see, it's going the wrong way. Is there anything that I'm doing that is like setting it? Enemy triangle, super update and lapsed, move. Not quite sure about anything here. Velocity set. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now, and I'm not gonna care about that enemy for the moment, and I'm just gonna write a comment here. Needs to be fixed. So that eventually, if I'm going through my code and I see that message here, and I feel like fixing stuff, I'll just fix it. Because now I don't really feel like fixing stuff. I feel like adding stuff and eventually fixing it. Whoops, if that makes any sense. I will be right back. So, let's see what we can do right now. The enemy blob does drop the health item, but it shouldn't drop the health item because there are too many of those enemies. Like, they reproduce, so it's the chance of them actually giving you health is way too high, and I don't like that. I don't like making it so easy for the player. So I just changed it, not because that's like the final design of the enemy, but because I, as a reminder to myself that how things should work. Because if I don't change it now, maybe I'll just forget it. I'll never change it. Also, there's another little problem, which, wow, there was an HP up there, an HP thing. Everything for me to survive was there, and I didn't pick it because I just wanted to kill the enemies instead. So you see, like, that's the type of situation that you will have to manage in the game. Is Hex in C#? No, Hex is a programming language. Hex. The framework is Haxeflixel, and that is written in Hex. That's it. Hex is its own thing. Now, if you want to know more about that, just go down the stream. There's a description there where you can see like what I'm using and how all that stuff works. So yeah, there's that. What was the problem? Oh yeah, there's a thing that is causing me problems actually. Is the camera, when you get to 1 HP, it just moves way too fast, I find. So let me try to fix that. It's gonna be in game sys. There we go. Okay, chaser. So the speed in case 1, I feel like it's way too fast. So default it would be 15. That makes sense. And then this and then 30. I guess that makes sense. Hey Adam Fighter, how's it going, man? Dude, how's it going? Happy to see you here. So yeah, let's see. If I have 4 HP, it goes at that speed. To me, this is reasonable. Like, you know, you have enough time to do whatever you want to do. I move around. Then if you're there at 2, it kind of starts moving faster, but you don't notice it that much. Oh, what? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's see what happened there. That's cool, actually. I like it. Okay. I like that. Let's see if it crashes again. It does. Huh. Let's see if it crashes now. Is that the problem? That's really cool. I think. Let me see. Whoa! What the fuck? Sorry I swore there, but this is really strange. Is that it? Is that the problem? It's trying to drop something, but there's nothing to drop. Maybe it. That's really funny. Like, I have a big smile on my face because I've never had my game crash. I've had problems, but I've never had it crash, you know? So, I find it funny. Okay, so that was the problem. It's not a big issue, I guess, but it's just good to know, you know, like, that I took away something, but that something else needed it, and I should have been smarter about that. Let me get to a blob. Weird blob here. Okay, so cool. Okay, so that works. I'm just gonna turn on the AC and I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Okay, good. So that was the little problem there. Let's keep going. Like, the blob also does need to be fixed because it doesn't work properly. Like, so we're gonna just put that note there so I can remember. Welcome back, Adam Fighter. How's it going? So yeah, the enemy is like being split in 2 and stuff. Pretty cool. Woo. Do those graphics come with the game, or did you make them? I make them. I make them, but they're not the graphics that I want in my game yet. I'm making these graphics, but they're just placeholders for now. They're not the final graphics that I will put in the game, obviously, because they're kind of ugly right now. So I'm just gonna make them better after, you know. This is just like little pixel art that I made in, like, you know. I didn't put too much work or attention in on that. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. So, let me just do one thing here. So, we're gonna add a new enemy, pretty much. That's the next thing we're gonna do. That enemy is gonna stop and shoot, pretty much. I think that's what we're gonna do. Now, I'm thinking, do I need an enemy, or can I make another enemy more flexible? That's my question, right? So, I'm thinking that I could maybe use the enemy mover and make him a shooter, I guess. But at the same time, I kind of want to keep things separate, and so for now, what I'm gonna do is I thought I made an enemy shooter, but what happened? Oh, here it is. Sorry about that, guys. Hiccuped. Okay. So let's do this. Let's add an enemy shooter. Let's see how we're gonna do that. So, extends enemy. Yeah, I created it using this pixel edit that is called, and basically what I do is you know, I just go here and I have my palette, and I you know, I just draw it really quick. You know, that's another version of the ship. Let me see, like that's another version. That's another version. You see, like, I'm trying to iterate on colors. I'm trying to see what color palette is better for my game. I have, like, here I have like a couple of sprites that I made. They're pretty much what you can see on the game. And yeah, I'm not very good at pixel art. Like, I'm just getting started, but I have to practice some more, and as I develop the game, I think I will get to a point where I'm a little bit better, and that I'll make some art that I actually like. And yeah, but also I just use placeholders. Yeah, I've been learning how to draw for the past year, kinda, and I think that has helped me understand pixel art a little bit better, kinda. And then we're gonna do cyan, I guess, for this enemy. And then what I'm gonna do next is override, update again. Like, to create an enemy is like pretty, like, there's a couple of basic things that I always have to set up, and we're gonna do, I feel like this enemy could be like a hybrid between the enemy turret here. So I'm gonna open that up so I can just copy some of the methods that it has, and the enemy mover, right? So I don't want it to move in a sine movement. I just want it to move like, I just wanted like to get on the screen. Like, let's see, I'll just do it for the camera. To get on the screen, sorry, stop, shoot, move up, shoot, move down, shoot, move to the middle, shoot, move up, shoot, you know, until the player kind of, but maybe do it a little bit faster or something. Or also maybe what I can do is make the chaser stop if that enemy is on the screen. That could be kind of cool, like it blocks you, you know, the screen stops moving. Thank you, man. Come back whenever you want, you're always welcome. See ya. So we're gonna do that, I think. So we're gonna, first thing I'm gonna do is the move and stop, I guess. So we're gonna do shooter, please. Enemy shooter here. And shoot. So we're gonna do move. So private function move. We're gonna put it there. Okay. Then we're gonna do private function shoots. Right? And that's it. And then we're gonna give it a private var move speed. You see something? I just got a text message. One little second. I need to call my girlfriend. Okay, sorry about that. I was on the phone 2 seconds. Let me see. Hey, welcome, Kai. How's it going? Hope I'm still streaming. Nothing went to shit. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're gonna do a move and shoot, and then we're gonna also override kill function here, and then we're gonna give it its own items, which these are going to be, for now, the same ones as these, and for that, it's all good. Then we're going to give it a move speed, possibly something like 50, I guess. I have no idea, like I always make it up as I go. And then we are going to simply, I want to kind of make the shooting as simple as I can right now, so I'm gonna do only the move function first. I'll just delete this for now, and we're gonna do well, I can just do velocity x equals -20, right? So I like starting to test my stuff like really early on so that I can see that stuff works. We're gonna enemy shooter, but I need to import it here. And then we're gonna select all of this. We're gonna bring it up here. We're gonna paste it there. Good. It says type not found item. Why is that? Because I need to import it. Item. Doesn't know what item is, so we're going to do import. Oh, I guess I could just take this here and do this. Type not found. Health items. Okay, import objects.items. Health item. That's cool there. How did you learn how to code? I'm still learning, man. Speed item. I just read a book, watched videos, and then when I really started to learn was when I started doing it by myself. I decided to make this game. This is the first game that I'm doing coding, so health max item. Okay, no, I won't give it that item. We'll just give it the health item for now. And that's it. So yeah, by doing it, you learn. It's the only way. Hope that makes sense and that helps. Dirty Ratchet. Hey Sancho the Horse, how are you doing, man? I like your nickname. I don't know what that means, but I kind of like it. Okay, so let's see if that enemy even shows up. This enemy's messed up. This enemy's messed up. So let's see. What are your thoughts on Flash being the obsolete? I have no idea, man. I have never used Flash before. I'm not like a Flash dev that moved to Haxeflixel, so that doesn't really apply to me. This is my first this is the first framework that I have ever used to make games with code. I used to use Construct 2 before, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I have no idea about that. This is Hex. You can go down into the description of the stream, and you will see what this is all about. So enemy shooter extends enemy, and then yeah, I know, but I have never used. Oh, okay, you're telling him. Sorry, you're right. Yeah. So this is Hex plus Haxeflixel. It's called Haxeflixel. Enemy shooter new, blah blah blah. Yeah, that should work. So let me see why that is not working. You don't know how to install Haxeflixel. Okay, well, it's very easy. I can kind of like walk you through that. Haxeflixel. So you go here, getting started. First thing that you need to do is you need to install OpenFL. You download it here and you install it. Then once you install it, you write cmd, and then you write haxlib install OpenFL, enter, blah blah blah, haxlib run OpenFL setup, you know. And once you have done that, you go back to the website and you install Haxeflixel. And Haxeflixel, you install it with these commands. You write haxlib install Flixel, haxlib update Flixel upgrade, and that's it. Once you do all this, which would take you 5 minutes normally, you're good to go. No, that's it. Maybe you can try it out now, since we're here to help you. You can just do it, and then we'll see what happens. Like, if you have any sort of problems or anything like that, we can walk you through them. Yeah, I have like 2 enemies in game that are really messed up. Oh, then you have to install. You can install Flash Develop. I think it'll install it for you in the questions. It'll ask you questions. You install Flash Develop, which is what I have. Yeah. It will ask you, do you want to use Flash Develop? Do you want to use Sublime Text? Or do you want to use something else? And I would recommend you use Flash Develop. Nine. Let's see if I even have like chunks that have 9. Yes, that's the problem. That I had chunks that had 4, 9, 9, and then we're gonna get 9 here. So yeah, that's the part. Yeah, that's the part. Hey man, I feel you. All right. When I first started, I didn't get it either. Like, usually when I install something, it's like you double click and it does everything for you. This, you have to do a couple more steps, but it's kind of worth it after you do it. Hey, so I know what the problem is actually. I think the problem may be that the enemy has no HP, so it dies even like it dies on creation because the variable HP is 0 by default, I think. So could that be it? Are you using Unity? Yeah, that could be good, man. That's good. You use whatever works for you, dude. That's what you have to do. The best software is the one you use. Let's change the color just to see, like, let's do lime, because I don't know why it's not showing up. Override function update, new fill. I'm also very tired, so maybe that is why it's not showing up. Okay, first of all, I feel like enemy mover group, I'm gonna do this right now. I do this for now because I don't really like that enemy right now. So let's see, this is here. Function group. Here is the master one. How often do I stream? Usually I try to stream daily after I finish work, or every 2 days. I don't know. You know, it depends. Last week I was working in office at my job, so that's why I didn't stream last week at all. This just blew my mind because that enemy that is there that just showed up is not the enemy that I wanted, so there's something wrong. Okay, enemy shooter. Hazard laser, hazard moving block, enemy multi-shooting left, enemy mover group, enemy turret, hazard block. That enemy shouldn't be appearing. As per like my logic, I guess, but it is appearing. So enemy shooter, what is enemy shooting doing? Enemy shooter extends enemy. Right? An enemy doesn't do anything by itself. It doesn't move, it doesn't do anything, so there shouldn't be any sort of movement or anything. So let's see what's up. So how did you do? Yeah, I did it. It's the red one here. When you shoot it, it divides itself into two. Divides. Boom. Divide itself into two. Yeah. Okay, guys. So there is this weird bug that I don't know. Let me reopen because I don't know if there's something like weird going on. Okay, so I feel like I moved on from something and I shouldn't have. Let's see. So this is enemy shooter. If the tile is 9, I want the enemy shooter. Enemy has okay. That, I don't know what this is. But that shouldn't exist. So I'm gonna do something here to kind of. I guess I could do trace and type of this, I guess, because I have no idea why that is going on. Okay, cool. So there it is. Enemy mover. What is this? Enemy triangle. Okay, why is there an enemy triangle there when I commented out everything? So enemy triangles only appear in the enemy mover group. Okay, so enemy triangle. So as you can see here, it would appear here else. If blah blah blah, but I'm not doing anything here, so no. I really don't know how that happened because there's nowhere where I'm telling the game, hey, create the enemy triangle. Now, what I can do is this. Find all references. So if I uncomment this, I'll just find all references to enemy triangle, and then we'll find it. So import objects, chain group, cast new enemy triangle. But this is commented out, so it shouldn't be working, right? Normally. Then let's see the other ones. Chain group, cast. It's all in enemy mover and enemy. Okay, level enemies, and then online 23, online 7, no, online 23, no, 36, not even, so, this is like line 7 normally, so I don't know, line 7, import enemy triangle. Okay, so that's the only line I have there. Let's see if I can find triangle here, triangle. That's the only reference to triangle there. So let me see if there's like a weird bug where I'm gonna do project and then clean project, and then we're gonna rebuild, recompile everything and see what happens. Cannot write to export blah 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 build character with errors. Okay. How did I fix that last time? A couple of issues today, but it's just something that happens. Let me try this. There we go. Hurts. Compiling time, compiling time. Oh, that's interesting. What is this? So we're gonna do the shooter, and then what are we gonna do? I'm not sure what we're gonna do after that. I could do one thing. I feel like, I don't know if anyone is watching actively, but it would be, oh, there it is, the line. You see, so basically I had to clean the target because for some reason it wasn't updating it. I didn't know that was a thing that could happen like that, but so now that I compiled from like the start, there we go. So there is the enemy shooter. Obviously it's not doing anything right now because I didn't program it yet, but at least it's there, and the enemy triangles are not showing up right now. So let me just do one more thing before we move on. I'm gonna do Trello, and I'm gonna add we're gonna do, yeah, basically it's because there is a range upgrade, and I start the game with like a very short range, and right, every time you will play, the game gets regenerated from the beginning. So it's an item that you can get to have more range. At first I had like no range or anything like that. It was like infinite, not infinite, but like the screen's length. But now I changed it. So enemy hazards, we're gonna add enemy glove is this here. This is done. This is done. This is done. Oh no, this is done. Okay. Then we're gonna do fix enemy blob, then fix enemy triangle, then what other issues that I have. Do you know the feeling when a bug is messing with your head and every time you try to fix it, you just screw up? Yeah, man, I feel like that's what just happened to me right now, and sometimes the solution is something Heisenberg, okay. Yeah, sometimes that happens to me, man. chain kills, as in kill a chain of enemies in the order they appear. That could be. Oh, it's actually a thing? Huh. It's a software bug that seems to disappear or alter its behavior when one attempts to study it. Oh, that's a thing, okay. Schroding bug. Huh, that's funny. I didn't know about that, that's cool. Hey, this actually was fixed. And enemy bullets need lifespan. Enemy bullets need a lifespan. Yeah, that makes sense actually. For enemy bullets to need a lifespan, yeah. So what else? Let me run the game once more and try to remind myself of the problems. Like the next big step in the game for me to be able to bring it further is to improve the way maps are generated, because now the way I did it at first, because I didn't know, like that was the first thing I ever like really programmed. It was for a game, I mean, it was the level generation, and now it only takes numbers from 0 to 9, but I want to improve it so that it can take any like alphanumeric character. I tried to do that once and it didn't really work, so I have to rework it pretty much. And yeah. I'm trying to do that button click so stupid. Alright, it is. Oh, I want to get out of here. Oh, there. So there is lime. Good. Lime again. And then let's try to. Okay, I don't see too many problems right now. I'm not getting any range items. Another step I feel is like getting some. Oh yeah. Okay, this is range. You see, I have a little bit more range now. This is HP up. That's very good. And now I slow down. I need to do more interesting things with the camera, like an enemy that will stop the camera from moving and stuff like that. I like the way you use Trello. Can you explain how did you make it work for you, starting with design doc and putting it into the board? Okay, I'll show you. Just let me get through this and I'll show you exactly how I did it. Yeah, these guys drop the range upgrade, so you can see now that it has a little bit more range. If your game was in the Alright man, that's a really, really good backhanded compliment. It's like, if you had made this game a long time ago, it would be a good game, but now it's a piece of shit. That's how I read your comments, which is funny because it's true. It's true, man. But if it was the 80s, I wouldn't be able to make it, because programming games back then was way more difficult, I guess. Like, Haxeflixel wasn't there back then, and I wasn't born either, so I would be the first sperm that made a game, which could be good, I guess. How many sperms have made games? I know dicks who have made games, but sperms, I've never seen any. Anyway, that was the end of the level, actually. So, okay, I'm gonna show you Trello. So basically what I did is, like, I made the account, blah, 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 and then I made, I have a board here that is called Design Ideas, where I just have, like, random notes, and then you can create new stuff. These are just notes, like, of, like, general ideas that I have, and, you know, like, just whatever I have, like, you know, here, let me just zoom in, and I have, like, this is, like, a feature that would require a lot of work, survivor mode, right, where it would be an infinite level. Have you thought of time travel? Yeah, man, once I finish this game, maybe I can invent, I'll get so good at programming I could invent a program that allows me to time travel. So yeah, I have like, these are more like design ideas and not necessarily how to program them or like the feature or specific what it is. And how I made this, I think it's, let me see, here you can create let me see, where did I create it? Yeah, you have like different boards and stuff, and then you just add them in here. And the to-do list, like I could add a card, and I think the cards can be different things also. Like you can archive and change the members, copy them. I'm not an expert on Trello, so I don't know what I'm talking about either. Oh, here, like you can have different things as well. You can add something. You can add like a comment, and I think you can add other stuff like attachments, labels, and so basically this one, what it is a type of list, I think, that you can make checklists. Right, that's what I made. So basically here I think there's a way to add a checklist, which I don't remember. Ah, here, you press checklist and then like, hey, things that people, okay, questions that people ask on the stream. And like I could write like, for every stream I could write, what is Hax? Is this C#? What do you think? Is this Flash? Isn't Flash dead? Are the graphics placeholder? You know, and like today I think all these questions have been asked, just like every day. So then I would go boom, 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 and yeah, then you would have like all your tasks complete, and then you have like a history all here. So what you do is you add a card, you call it whatever you want, then you go into the card and you add a checklist. That's it, man. That's pretty much it. Now, I would kind of like to find out a way to expand it. That would be really cool. But I'm not quite sure how to do that part. It should be possible, but I haven't like played around with it. And it doesn't really bother me to have to like click on it to see what's up, you know. So yeah, I hope that's helpful, Sancho. But that's how I use it. So items. One thing that I would like to do is I'm gonna add a new checklist and off stream complete. Oh, so I'm gonna move this up so that when I'm working off stream, like on my laptop or whatever, when I have some time, I have to start working on a couple of features that are boring to watch, I think, and that I will have trouble implementing. So it'll be gamepad support, rework level generation, and fix blob. I know that I already wrote it somewhere else, but I'm just writing it here because that's the first list that I'm going to see. Fix blob, fix triangle, and fix what else? Oh, item drop rate, and that's it pretty much. Those are the things that are the most important for me right now that I don't want to implement on the chat on the stream. Hey Saisen, how's it going? And this is very important because basically right now I only have from 0 to 9, so I'm like going like this, and it's kind of stupid, you know. Doesn't make sense to do this like this. I have to improve it, but at the same time, like, I was very happy to be able to do this because I had never done anything as complex, I guess you would call it, as this before. So okay, let's implement the shooter as I said. Where's the shooter? Shooter here. So the shooter needs to move. How is the shooter gonna move? The shooter is gonna move like this. Private move, captive move, and then it's gonna, what do I want to do? I want it to have velocity x equals -2. Let's just see if a private function, it has to be a function. then we're gonna have a couple booleans as well for and this one is gonna be moved equals false, right? And then private var do shot equals false, and that's gonna be it, I think. Then so the move here is gonna be if move horizontal. Okay. Now, once we get it, your hex compiles to. I have no idea what it does. I think it compiles to 64-bit because I have a 64-bit computer. We can check, I guess. Export here. Let's see. Explore. I have a Windows built. C++. Binary here. Like, how can I know if the executable is 64? Or I guess if it runs on my computer, which is a 64-bit computer, it has to be 64. Like, it has no choice. It has to be 64 for sure. And it comes with all the assets and stuff. It's funny, it even brings the stuff that it doesn't need with it, which is kind of weird. And then the data comes with the sandbox. Okay, I don't need the sandbox level anymore. I feel like that I could delete. That's funny. Sandbox level is like from day one, and I never deleted it. Pixel font I need, and the rest, the images go here I don't need. And music, yeah, I'm just gonna delete this little. I think it's okay to delete them. Hey, but I mean, if I can run it, it's because of 64, no? Oh no, it doesn't have to actually. Okay, let me check. Oops. Binary here, then open it with a text editor. Okay, edit with Notepad. Okay, and then check the first PE. Where is PE? And then if it says yeah, I know. I was mistaken there. I can't find it actually. PET says. $32? Okay. Cool. I didn't see it, so I don't know. So it's 32-bit, I guess. I guess there are ways to export it to 64, but I don't know. But that means it's going to be compatible with more computers, but there's only so much it can do, right? Like it can't use more than 8 gigs of RAM, I think. If moves horizontal equals false, it will velocity x. Yeah, no, it's good that you asked because I didn't know, and I think it's good to know. But if people start asking that all the time, I will have to add it to my checklist. I don't know if they're moving or not. Hey Anton, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Okay, good. So that works. We're gonna do Move speed is gonna be 80 maybe, and okay, so once it starts moving, we're gonna use a timer to make sure that we're gonna allow it to move for a little while to get here, and then it stops, and then it will start moving up and down, I guess. Then it will start shooting. So for the timer, I'm just gonna copy paste the timer from another enemy that I have. Which is gonna be, where do I have? Oh, multi-shot, death. I have timer, explosive, chaser, minion. The spawner does have a timer, I think, which works good. Here it is. So this is the timer. I'm just gonna copy paste it for the shooter. So basically, when it starts, I just want to see how it's done. So when it starts, I want to call the function start timer. And then we're gonna call this start timer. No, it's the other one that we're gonna call start timer. Start timer, and it's gonna be a delay, and then the delay private var delay float equals 0.8, and start timer delay, and the function that it's gonna call is gonna be stop moving, and stop moving. What it's gonna do is it's gonna set moved horizontal to true, and maybe I could have simplified this, but just in case, I feel like I have too many functions. Okay, and then what we're going to do is else we're gonna call private function shoot, right? So shoot is gonna be trace shoot. So let's see if that works. Else shoot. Okay, so let's see if this works. Okay, so that is a little bit too fast. Okay. Maybe a little bit too slow. Start timer when it's a new one. Okay, then the start timer will start the timer, and we'll do it once, and then stop moving, move horizontal true, and then else it's gonna shoot private move shoot and update. Oh yeah, okay. Obviously, when you repeat, okay, there it was shooting, but it has to stop moving when it's not shooting. So why was it still moving? I don't know. Oh, that enemy's tough, man. A very tough enemy. I think I'm gonna have to add a design idea actually. Yeah, that is stupid. It's simple. It's very common in many games, but I never thought about adding that into the game. I thought all players would start with the same one, but I feel like it might be a good idea to have a couple of different choices as you start the game. here. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. And so if move horizontal, else shoot. And shoot, what does shoot do? It does this. So why would it move? Unless... Oh, maybe it's because velocity x equals 0. Maybe that's it. Okay, so that is why. So we're gonna do this on a 0.8. Why don't you try to put it on Android or iOS? I will. That's the idea, actually. Okay, so then it stops and then it will start shooting. Okay. Yeah, that's my idea, actually, is that I would like to port it and make it work on Android and iOS, because it would be easy to like play it with just the cell phone. Yeah, I may do it. But I don't know, I feel like that's like a lot of more work. When this game, I'm not making it to make money or anything, it's just a fun project. And I feel like if I ported it to Android, I would have to sell it to make it worth all the time and all that stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. If I put it on Android, I would make the graphics a little bit better as well. Hey Kisui, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, if I port it to Android, I would have to charge, I feel like $1 or $2 or something, because porting to Android I don't think is going to be fun. It's going to be like a lot of just like menus and making sure that stuff works and stuff like that. This is more like I'm making the game and making it fun for me. But yeah, or maybe I could get someone to port it to Android for me, I don't know. And then I would sell it and share the money with them. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not there yet. Now I'm just testing on the computer, but eventually I would like it to be on Android and iOS. I think that would be great, like for people to like play it and have like leaderboards and stuff like that. Why don't you just put ads? Because I don't like ads. I really find it, I feel like it cheapens the game, ads, you know? I would rather give it for free, completely free, which I may do, you know, I don't know yet. Like, if I really feel like this game could be played by a lot of people, I would rather give it for free than to put ads. Yeah. Or if I put ads, I could put an option that makes it so that the player doesn't have to see them, like he can just disable them. That could be another option that I could add. Like by default it shows ads, but if the player goes into the options, he can select, hey, I don't want to see ads in the game, I just want to play, you know. Because my plan, like, also is once the game is like really done and it has all the graphics and everything, I plan on updating it, you know, here and there, and adding new enemies and stuff. That's my idea. Like with every good roguelike, I plan on like having an like beta type of thing, and like, yeah, a beta type of thing, and then adding more content and maybe more levels and stuff as I go. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like free-to-play games that make you pay stuff to get stuff that is basic. I get that I could make money with the game, but that's not the objective right now. This is like, I already have a job and I make money with it. I don't mind. I don't care about money that much. You know, if I feel like people would buy it, I'll sell it. But you know, I'm really not thinking about that yet. I would really like to have a good game out, that is free, so that a lot of people could play it, and that people could like just approach me and talk to me about it, and so we can talk about like the game and, you know, online on Twitter or whatever. That's what I want. I would like people to play it and to be into it, you know, eventually. But it's not there at all. Hey, SJ Pablo, how's it going? Sorry, I'm like going on a rant or something when people ask me questions about that, but it's not. Yeah, I finished college a year and a half ago, so that's why and I have a job that is kind of decent, so I'm not too worried about money right now. But I totally get it. Putting such title on itch.io, Game Jolt Instant for free would be my target. Yeah, exactly. Why don't you comment your code? Why don't I comment my code? Because all the things that I'm doing right now are pretty self-explanatory, I find. You know? Like, everything that I'm doing code-wise, I know exactly what it does, so I don't need to comment it. However, here I do have a couple of comments because it's a little bit more complicated, and I also comment stuff that I want to do, or little comments like, you know, this also helps, blah blah blah, you know, my objective. I write comments like that a little. Maybe it's bad practice, but you know, I comment out code that I'm not using, that I thought would work and it didn't work, but that I don't want to lose. Like here, this is my comment that's the most useful. This can't be one, because I forgot a couple of times. You know, here it takes populated map usually and make it so that every element. You see? This is a comment that is actually takes populated map and makes it so that every element of each map chunk in populated map gets concatenated with its corresponding element on every other element of map chunk. Yeah, that sounds weird, but that's what it does. You see here, this must be false or else it will return 0 and 1 only. See, those are the type of comments I put in my code. Sorry, I've been getting distracted. So let's get to this. So now we gotta get to the point where else velocity is 0. Okay, that's good. So here we're gonna do if blah blah blah. So shoot if moved horizontal, and then we're gonna start shooting. So we're gonna do the basic shooting first, and I'm gonna get the enemy turret as an example, and shooter without you. Okay, shooter. So shooter, shoot here. Blah 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 blah. Shoot if move horizontal. We're gonna do this. Oops. I would love to have a game on Steam, even if it was free. That would be really cool. But I'm not a good enough programmer to like even dream of all those things. You know? And we're gonna do reg.ps ebullets add eb, and then we're gonna do eb dot velocity dot x equals minus shoot speed. Okay. Did you check the new movie trailers? I checked. The only trailer that I checked is the trailer for the new season of The Walking Dead, which is a show that I don't really like that much because it's kind of shitty most of the time, but I love the comics. So yeah, I did check that one. For the new movies, no, I'm not into superhero movies, so I didn't really check them. I didn't care too much for them, but yeah, It is something weird here, I feel. I deleted something when I moved this around. But yeah, I know that there's a couple of new moves that are coming out, and I know that the fans are really into it, and I kind of have to keep myself updated on that because of my line of work. Like the videos that I edit and stuff are about pop culture and stuff like that, so I kind of have to know what's up. So yeah, for that I kind of should watch them and see what they look like, and I will eventually, just not now. Okay, so enemy bullet, blah 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 blah. Shoot. Okay, so shoot. So I never called shoot. So how the is it gonna shoot? Hey Paulo Reloy, how's it going? And hello Fadamiteo, how's it going? You guys have weird and difficult nicknames to pronounce. Okay, so you see this? This is a bullet, but that's not what I wanted. And the shoot speed, let's see if it goes the way I want it to go. Cool, so it starts shooting like this. Obviously not what I want, but let's, that's a first step. And we're gonna do, let's see. So we're gonna do, if moved horizontal and just shot, it's gonna do this. So it's gonna do just shot equals true. So that's gonna shoot one bullet, but then I want it to move and reset that variable and blah blah blah, right? Okay, that's cool. So once it shoots, so if just shot, then we're gonna call vertical movements, and then vertical movement is gonna be private function vertical move, not vertical move, and then that's going to be this function that we're going to call vertical move. So on vertical move, what are we going to do? We're going to make it go so we have to make it pick, like go up or down, right? So that's one thing that so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do private var moved vertically. We're gonna do true, false, sorry, and we're gonna do vertical move if moved vertically. We're gonna do, because basically like the screen keeps moving, so the player kind of has to okay, let's just do this first. Let's just make it move one side. So we're gonna do velocity dot y equals move speed. Okay, let's just do that, and move speed. Okay, so and then we're gonna do start a timer, which is gonna be basically private function stop vertical move, and then we're going to start a little function here. It's going to be this, and oh, okay, I see. So what I'm going to do is start timer. dot y equals 0, and we're gonna call moved vertically equals false. Hey Addy, how's it going? Hey Phoebo, how's it going, guys? So we're gonna stop it, then we'll move it down, and then what happens? Then it dies. Cool. That's good. That's not what I wanted. Okay. So there's a couple of like mindfucks here because it's like a really like a state machine kind of, and I've never done one of those, so I have to figure it out as I go. Alright, Sancho, thank you very much for the follow, and I welcome you back anytime you want. Your presence was greatly appreciated. See you, man. Okay, so there's this, and then we're gonna do times random times blah, 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 blah. Bar fact equals f equals g, or random dot int minus 1 1, and then we're gonna do if fact equals 1 equals 0. I mean, call this again. I guess that makes sense. Times fact. So now it's either going to move up or down. And, that's pretty much it. Okay. Okay, that's not what I want, obviously. Another thing that I'm going to do is scroller here, sorry, not scroller, we're going to do we're going to check this. We're going to do if reg.es.camera scroller on. We're gonna do all of this stuff. Reg.scroller on, actually. So then what we're gonna do here is going to reg and create a new variable called scroller on, and we're gonna do public bar scroller on, and we're going to put it to true. So let's see if that part works. Class reg has no field scroller on. Reg has no field scroller on. Reg has no field scroller on. Public let's see if I can do this. This is on static means on the class and not on the instance. That is true. And then if the shooter is on the screen, enemy shooter is on the screen, we're gonna stop the camera. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna update, and we're gonna do camera handler and we're gonna do private function camera handler, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do if is on screen. If is on screen, I think it's a function that you have to call like that. We're gonna do reg.scroller on equals false, else reg.scroller on equals true. I don't know, I've never done anything with a camera, so let's see if that works. maybe it won't work. Obviously, it did not work. Camera handler, right, blah blah blah. And here we could do this parameter. Let's scroll on equals false. If is on screen and alive and appeared and yeah, that should hit a fail. Okay, let's wait for the next one and see. Scroller on equals false, and in scroller here I have it if drag the scroller on, have it here. Right, so this whole function will be called only if drag scroller on is true. Right? So let's see. Is the screen moving? No, it is not moving anymore. It's kind of following me a little, but it's not moving. And here, will it start again? It will not start again, it seems. Okay, so cool. It's so we're gonna do a little check here. We're gonna go into my debug function and we're going to do trace scroller and then we're going to do plus drag the scroller on and we're going to trace that value, and then I'm going to look up everything that is like trace. It says trace in my project, and I'm going to get rid of anything that isn't like this. I don't need. Trace this, I don't need. What else? The rest seems fine to me. And then we're going to go into the play state and we're going to set tracers to true. Then we're going to keep track of everything. Scroller false, and then scroller still false. Interesting. So basically what I'm gonna do is go in the shooter and I'm gonna do this. If is on screen and appeared, blah blah blah. Okay, that's good. So, and then on kill, I'm gonna do reg dot scroller on equals true, right? So only when it dies will it set back the scroller. I don't know exactly how sure I am about this design decision, like how it would play out in the actual game, but I like trying out new stuff, moving out the camera and all that. So this enemy pretty much stops the scrolling, and it's kind of like its own encounter, right? So then it would be shooting and moving up and down, and then boom, if I shoot it, then the camera does keep going, right? Cool. So if I put like some sort of animation or something in there, it may be more clear, and it may make it a little bit more interesting as well. Like if it's an enemy that has like 10 HP, you know, like maybe this is some sort of boss or something, you know, I don't know yet, but I will give the shooter a little bit more HP, I think, because that's gonna be interesting, you know, like this is like maybe like a mini boss, you know, which I've never programmed a mini boss, but this might be the opportunity to do so. Right, so let's see. Maybe maybe the shooter is a mini boss class that will have different patterns and stuff depending like on randomness, and it will do whatever it wants. And if it's like a template that will only appear if you have gone through enough templates. Right? That's stuff that I need to keep track of. How many templates you've gone through. So this will stop the screen from scrolling, and then will be shooting us, and then we have to hit it 10 times for it to stop. That's very cool. Yeah, those sign enemies move in a very in a very fluid way. I like that. I do like that. Okay, that's cool. So let's go back to the shooter and try to work out what it does and how it does it. So this is more like of a logic thing. Yeah, I will put bosses for sure. So there's a mini boss kind of enemy. The shooter would be a kind of mini boss type of thing. But it's good. It's good to know that I can stop the camera very easily and that I can handle all that. I wasn't completely sure if I was like building. Sorry. If I was building towards that, but I guess I am, without even being too conscious about it. I'm taking like a little mental break. Okay, so we'll handle the camera, then start timer. It will start the timer. So now what it does is that it. Okay, first of all, sorry guys, I'm a little bit scatterbrained today. Let's do that. Then go to the shooter again, and then basically I'm gonna start this. I don't need right now. If it moved horizontal, if it didn't move horizontal, it will be moving towards there. So then it stops. This part works. The enemy appears and it stops. That part works perfectly. Then what I want is here pretty much when it stops moving, right? Then it starts the timer. Then if it just shot, that's a problem. If it just shot, right. So I think maybe this is it. Just shot equals false. Let's see. Because I wanted to shoot more than once, right? So we're gonna find a way that it'll become actually interesting. Okay, there we go. So let's see. Oh, what? That's amazing. I really like that. I really like that. Oh man, that's amazing. That's really cool actually. Wow. Oh, I wanted to kill it like this. Okay, so that kind of works. But not here. It shouldn't be there. It should be here. Stop just shot, and we're gonna do false, right? So velocity doesn't need to be changed here, I don't think. It needs to be changed there. Just shot, move vertically, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the thing is I never stop move vertically, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. Stop okay, so we're gonna do fact equal blah blah blah. And here we're gonna do private var fact equals 0. Okay. Hey Mario Deck, how's it going? So let's see if that works. But that shot was so cool, I felt. Obviously that's really not what I want. Okay, so now it's not even moving there, so we're gonna see if fact equals 0, blah blah blah. If it just shot, if the thing is set to true, it will vertical move. So if move vertically, will move like that. Okay, so once it moved, and then it will start time. You could create like a centipede. Yeah, that would be a cool idea, man. That's one that I may create. It's like a classic, yeah. Like I kind of already have the basics for that enemy, but then it would kind of have to. Okay, now they're not moving at all, so if move vertically, so it never went to false there. So when does it go to false? It goes on vertical move. Vertically is true. Here's what I'm gonna do for this. We're gonna do trace moved horizontal. Now we're gonna trace move vertically. Now we're gonna do trace just shot. And then we're gonna do trace fact. Because I really want to keep track of this logic here. I'm not sure. Look at this guy. Why is he behind? Okay, so what's up? So there I have 2 of this enemy, which is not something that I would want. Okay, so here it's well, first of all, fact is equal to 0. So if fact equals 0, I feel like I have too many functions here, but update. Fact stays at 0, so I don't know why. Maybe I should just go like this. And then update fact. Fact equals 0. Fact is still 0 and true false. Okay, so let's see. Shot equals true. So okay, let's walk step by step through the logic of this enemy and try to figure it out. I always have trouble with this type of logic, like what do you call it, like states. I always get confused a little. Like, there's often like a check that I have to do that I didn't do, and yeah. So, because of the factor, I wanted to be like. Let me go back a little. Like, I have the fact there, and have it all like fact equals blah blah blah. So var fact. I'm gonna put it here like this for now. If fact, equals 0, then we're gonna call this again, and yeah, that's it. So now, stop vertical move. Right, so I think I only need to check this. If just shot, so boom. If just shot, vertical move. If it didn't just shoot, it will do this, and it will set it to true. So if it's set to true, we'll go to vertical move. Now vertical move should pretty much start vert timer, I think. Vert timer, and start vert timer should start this timer, which this timer sets it to false. We're getting there, I think. Then fact equals 0, okay, and update fact, about that, and found this. Okay, unidentifier facts times fact, okay, so oh, we're gonna do that. Fact, okay, var fact, so we're gonna do fact here, and we're gonna do private var fact. Private var fact equals 0. We're going to equal 1 for now, and we're going to give it int here, and then what does it say? Unidentified start vert timer. Okay, so line 89 start vert timer, and it says that it's unknown, although because I called it start and not start. That's why. And we're gonna call it start there. Okay, same thing as before, but at least, you know. So just shot equals false. Okay, so when it does this, okay, so I guess what I need to do here is velocity.y equals 0, and then I need to set it to okay, let's see. Oh boy, this is like way too complicated. Yeah, that's not exactly the sort of boss that I want right now. It's a little bit too crazy for me. So, so it only shoots if it just shot. So what am I gonna do here? I'm gonna do just shot equals false. So on stop. So basically, I'm always doing this for some reason, but let's try it here and see. Kind of half guessing. I shouldn't be doing this like this, obviously. Okay, so they're not moving now. I am getting confused about this, so I really have to walk step by it. I'm getting a little bit tired, so I think that's gonna be it for today. I feel like I'm gonna keep working on it offline on my laptop and like laying down. so I can do this. But thank you that dial for staying till the end. Thank you guys on live coding who are watching till the end. If you haven't subscribed yet and you liked what you saw, please do subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. And please do come back next time I'm streaming. And yeah, I hope you had fun watching. And if you have any projects that you're working on and stuff, and you want to share them with me, and so I can take a look and we can share opinions and discuss it, I'd be interested in that. So yeah, dudes, see you later. Most likely tomorrow. Bye.